Hello, my name is Cree. I'm a poet, rapper and storyteller, and over the course of these next 3 videos you're going to virtually explore the Barbican, and using the audio and visual stimuluses you're going to have a crack at writing your very own poems. How does that sound? Good? Alright, so just make sure as we go through the videos and step by step I give you the instructions to pause the video after each one to give yourself the right amount of time to get what you need to get done. Alright? Okay, let's get going with the first task then. Listen to each of the 5 audio narrations starting with the lakeside. You can then listen in any order you want. Write down any responses to the questions that are inside the narration, as well as any extra thoughts or ideas you might have for each space. Off you go. View the pictures for each space. Write down at least 3 things that you can see, and as much detail as you can. For example, it might be the texture, the colour, and what you think this space might be used for. Write a heading for each of the spaces. Spread your headings across the page, leaving enough space to be able to write a small list underneath each one. Using your notes from the recordings and your memory and your senses, write some responses to the following questions and note them in your headings on your piece of paper. Here we go. What sounds could you hear? Did any of the sounds change during the recording? For example, the buzzing sound in the boiler room grew louder. Can you describe that change in sound as a simile? For example, the buzzing sound in the boiler room grew like a balloon being slowly inflated. See what I've done there? Pick one sound and write a question about that sound. For example, who did the footsteps belong to? Imagine you were inside that space. How would you feel? Put this into a simile. For example, I feel like I'm walking in a giant Rubik's Cube. Imagine that. Imagine this space was a person. What question would you ask it? For example, the boiler room. Do you feel lonely down there? Complete the sentence. This space reminds me of. Last question. What people or creatures do you think you might find in this space? Imagine you're showing someone around the Barbican through each of the spaces, starting with the line, welcome to the Barbican, write a brief tour through all of the spaces using as much of the information that you've gathered as you can. Off you go. So you've got this far, well done. You've listened, you've described, and you've now written. In the next video, we're going to be using that information to have a go at writing some poems. Stay tuned. Bye.